It's Reviews Day, the day I tell you what I think about things, and today we're talking about Hellraiser Bloodline, aka Hellraiser 4 from 1996, also known as Hellraiser in Space. This movie is the reason I actually sat down and finally started watching through the Hellraiser movies. I was really excited to finally see Hellraiser in Space, and yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. Hellraiser Bloodline is the ultimate in horror catfishing. I was promised Hellraiser in Space. This movie takes place in the year 2127, but then it doesn't. Most of this is an origin story that takes place in like the 17th century instead, where we find out about the history and the origins of the puzzle box. Now don't get me wrong, that sounds very cool. I would love to watch an entire movie set in the past where we're getting the origins of all of this stuff. But I would also really love to watch a movie that's set in the future, just showing me crazy sci-fi Hellraiser. Instead, we got this one that's kind of cobbled together of the two. It works okay. I did actually really enjoy the stuff that takes place in space. There's some really cool imagery, some really neat ideas, and I definitely like the way that they expanded upon the universe again. Get it? The universe? The stuff that takes place in space, the future Hellraiser stuff, is like 20 minutes of the movie. The rest of it is just a guy telling a story, and that was incredibly disappointing. Except for Doug Bradley, of course, returning as Pinhead once again, and as always, does a fantastic job at it, and we do get a little bit more of his backstory. Now, if like me, you watched Hellraiser Bloodline and were a little bit disappointed that it wasn't really Hellraiser in space, it wasn't really that sci-fi horror that you were looking for, don't worry, there is hope, there is salvation for you. What you're going to want to do is go out and watch Event Horizon with Lawrence Fishburne, Sam Neill, and Jason Isaacs. This is basically Hellraiser in space. This is what it should have been. It just has nothing to do with Hellraiser. I'm Phil the Thrill. That's what I think about that thing. Come back next time for 2 more Hellraiser movies, and I'll see you next Reviews Day.